There's a silent crisis happening right now in the consulting world. And if you've been in business for more than 5 years, you're probably feeling it. For the last decade, your business likely ran on a very specific engine. You did great work, your clients were happy, they told their friends, and the phone rang. We call this the word of mouth engine, and for a long time it was enough. But recently that engine has started to sputter. The phone isn't ringing as often. The easy introductions have dried up. And you're left wondering if the quality of your work has dropped. I want to be very clear. The problem isn't your work. The problem is that the environment that supported word of mouth has collapsed. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly why the wait and hope referral method is dead. We're going to look at the data, and specifically the volatility of social algorithms and the psychology of the trust gap. And then I'm going to show you how to replace that broken model with a very predictable system that brings pre-sold clients to your door without you having to ask it for a single favor. First, we have to look at how people used to remember you. 5 years ago, if a past client liked your work, they would see your updates on LinkedIn. They would see your content on Facebook. You stayed top of mind by accident. That era is over. Look at Facebook. Through 2024, they slashed referral traffic by 50%. Then in early 2025, they suddenly turned the tap back on for some publishers. Sounds like good news, right? It's not. It proves my point. The platforms are picking winners and losers. They're deciding who gets the reach. You aren't building an audience anymore. You're playing in a casino. And on LinkedIn, where B2B deals actually happen, the house is winning. According to the latest Algorithm Insights report, organic reach for company pages has dropped to roughly 1.6%. That means that your past clients, the ones you love, have digital amnesia. You're buried in noise. So when their friend has a problem that you can solve, your name doesn't come up. Not because they don't like you, but because they forgot you. The passive nurture game is finished. You can no longer rely on the algorithm to do your networking for you. So now let's look at the psychology. You might be thinking, Steve, my clients are loyal. They wouldn't forget me. Well, let's look at the numbers. There's a massive study on referral behavior that found a startling gap. 83% of satisfied clients say they want to refer their consultant, but only 29% actually do. Why is there a 54% gap between intent and action? A landmark study from Deloitte gives us the answer. They found that while 79% of business leaders think their customers trust them, only 52% of customers actually do. That's the trust gap. Your client might love your work, but the moment her colleague asks for a recommendation, she hesitates. Why? Because she's been burned before. She recommended someone in the past and it went sideways. She doesn't want to risk her reputation again. So you have an army of past clients who want to help you, but they're paralyzed by friction and risk. Most consultants try to fix this by checking in. Hey, just catching up. Do you know anybody who needs help? That's not marketing. That is absolutely begging. And high-level consultants do not beg. So how do we bridge the gap? How do we turn that 83% intent into action? We have to stop asking for favors and start giving tools. Let me tell you about a client of mine, Mandi Ellefson. Mandy runs a high-level consulting firm called Hands Off CEO. She does incredible work helping agencies scale. But even for Mandy, the old way of waiting for referrals wasn't enough to scale at the speed that she wanted. She needed a predictable engine. She didn't start cold calling. She didn't hire a lead gen agency. She built an authority asset. She took her core framework, the specific process she used to fix agency bottlenecks, and she packaged that into a book. She didn't write a memoir. She wrote a manual. Then she sent a physical copy to her network. No pitch. No, hey, can you refer me? Just a note. Thought this might help you explain what we did together to others in your network. Here's what happened. By giving them the book, she removed all the friction. They didn't have to explain her value. The book explained it. And she removed all of the risk of referring her. They weren't recommending a person, which feels really risky. They were sharing a resource, which makes them look like a hero. People started passing the book around. Colleagues gave it to colleagues. And suddenly Mandy wasn't begging for leads. She was distributing this asset, her book, and people were spreading it. And clients were coming to her. This is the shift you need to make. If you want referrals in this day and age, word of mouth is passive. It relies on luck. Asset-based referrals are active. It relies on leverage. When you package your IP into a book, you create a physical object that travels through the market without you. It walks into boardrooms that you can't access. It sits on desks that you can't reach. And it does the selling before you ever get on the phone. The difference between a struggling consultant and a market leader isn't usually talent. It's that the market leader has a mechanism to spread their authority. Now, Mandy discovered something interesting. Once this engine turned on, the referrals started coming in, but the quality changed. They weren't asking, how much do you charge? They were asking, When can we start? This is the power of pre-selling. But to make this work, the book has to be structured in a very specific way. It can't just be information. It has to be a sales argument in disguise. And that's exactly why I pulled this video out for you to watch next. In this one, I break down the specific structure of a client attracting book. Not how to write a novel, how to build a sales asset. Watch this and you'll see how to structure your expertise so that the reader is sold on you before they even finish chapter 1. I'll see you over there.